Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to talk about using micro stories when we visit the buyer. So let's get going. This is the fourth year of the Sales Japan Series podcast, and we are broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku. It is Chic Central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guide committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, the best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, will be released shortly. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive COVID-19. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentation Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 231, and we are talking about selling through telling micro stories. So let's go! Is selling telling, or is it asking questions? Actually, it is both. The point, though, is to know what stories to tell, when to tell them, and how to tell them. We uncover the opportunity through asking the buyer questions about what they need. Once we know what they need, we mentally scan our solution database to find a match. This is when the stories become important as we explain why our solution will work for them. What we don't want is having to scrabble together stories on the spot and then make a dog's breakfast of relating the details. These stories have one purpose, and that is to give credibility to our solution. The content should have elements of the context of the solution and evidence of where this has worked for others. Buyers may not be familiar with your company in detail, so the background of the company told in 2 to 3 minutes in a micro story is what we need ready to go. Longevity or fresh innovation are the two spectrums. Either we have stood the test of time and you can trust us, or we have come up with something new that will be a game changer and you need it. Often, though, salespeople don't know the detail of the company, or even if they do, they've never spent any time weaving this into a brief narrative for the buyer. This requires practice to ensure the micro story is kept tight and packed with credibility. We cannot go on and on about our own company, or the buyer will switch off with disinterest. They're only going to listen if the background of the company has some strong relevancy for them. This is why we have to craft that story specially for them before we talk to them. Our systems, products, or services all need explanation about how they will help the buyer. Just leafing through the 5-kilo tome-like product catalog is not enough. Pitch salespeople will do this. They will go through the catalog, hoping to snag some buyer interest by using this shotgun pitch approach. When I had my first sales job selling Encyclopedia Britannica door-to-door, that is what we were taught to do. We all learned a canned 20-minute talk through the pages of the book, introducing all the cool features. Not recommended. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, We do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Now, today's show is sponsored by our Professional Leadership Series. On the 9th of April, we'll be looking at innovation. On May 12th, we're doing cross and upselling. On the 14th of May, we will be doing leading and managing. You can find out more about those programs on our website at enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. And you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. If you like learning by watching videos, we have over 1,000 for you there on Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. And don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. If we have asked the right questions, we know exactly which few pages in the catalog to show or which sections of the flyers we need to introduce. This is where we want our micro story about how this solution was created, including legendary moments of daring do by the R&D team or genius manufacturing breakthroughs or whatever that sound amazing and clearly differentiates us from the competitor rabble. These have to be short, sharp, and terrific. That means delivery practice. They have to be customized and they're memorized for the best content and cadence for that particular buyer. There are often too many products in a catalog, though, so being able to remember all of them may be unrealistic. Over time, however, there will be a smaller group, most important to most buyers, and so we can work on remembering these stories associated with these products or services. We definitely need to include client stories there as well. Telling the buyer what the widget will do is not enough. What are the benefits the widget will bring to their business? How have other buyers applied the benefits of the widget, and what were the results? Often, salespeople never get beyond the widget features. And yet we all know we don't buy features, we buy the benefits, but that doesn't stop a lot of salespeople dwelling on the wrong thing. The story needs to have included the location, season, characters involved, some drama around an issue the buyer needed to fix, and the triumphant outcome resulting from our solution. We need the context placed in the perspective of the prospective buyer. What is the conversation going on in the mind of the buyer, and how can we meet them there through our narration of our brief story? Sales raconteurs were part of the furniture in the pre- and post-war periods prior to the modern switch to consultative selling. We have moved on from just telling amusing stories and jokes to entertain the buyer. We've also gone beyond pitching products. Contemporary selling skills means asking clients excellent questions. This is now a high-tech, time-poor world, and the buyers are busy, busy people. Our stories are important because they grab the attention of those with short attention spans by adding some color to the solution explanation. Relevant, well-delivered stories help us to deepen our engagement with the buyer. Today, we all need to master the art of micro-storytelling. Does your sales team have their micro stories ready to go? Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, please work on your karma and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned today. Use it and go out there and survive. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.